Let me take you on a trip overseas. Overseas. Shawty, I got what you need. What you need. What you need. Let me take you on a trip across the water. Let me take you across the water. I'll do anything to get you started.
Welcome to Lit Lovely Lisa TV. I'm your host, Lovely Lisa, and on the lit sofa, I have Mr. Vikter Banks.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on, Vikter? How are you?
Good. Doing good. Can't complain.
Man, thank you so much for coming and interviewing and chilling out on the lit sofa with your girl.
Absolutely. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Nice.
So what's been going on with you?
It's been a lot. So the latest thing is the book, the reality show, and then we're going to see what sparks from there. So it's...
See, you constant. You got some stuff going on. You just keep moving, from, the internet, the YouTube videos, the environmental things that you got going on. Man, you just have a lot.
Yeah, and it's about
and
to
the
get
last
crazy.
time I talked to you is about that, what was that? Illegal alien?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, what's the madness behind that? For those that don't know Vikter Banks, he's big on, experiments, environmental things, within, the world and, the atmosphere. And he just do a lot in the industry. If you look on YouTube, you'll see his videos and everything. But I just wanted, for those that don't know Vikter Banks, tell them who Vikter Banks is.
So, Vikter Banks. So the name Vikter Banks means victory over sound, noise. And long story short, I'm just a guy that did a lot of questioned everything. Didn't believe everything that I was told. And questioned as much as I could and sought to have my own experience. I believe that if there's anything that can be done by a human, I can do it too. It's just a matter of effort and what it takes to do that. And I sought to apply myself to that on the spiritual and the consciousness side. Mm-hmm. And in doing that and doing research and really seeing what is behind the scenes, it uncovered a lot. And it's a lot to break down, a lot to put out. And I've been in the process of that, so all of the stuff that's been on YouTube is me basically laying breadcrumbs of my own journey to help out my fellow beings. A lot of the stuff that we'll talk about is stuff that you're not going to see in the mainstream, you're not going to see on the news, and there's reasons for that. But and we'll get into that stuff. So Vikter Banks is just someone that wanted to find the highest truth that he could and share that with everybody because, as they say, the truth will set you free.
Yes. I follow a lot of your stuff. You got some very interesting theories. We tested a lot of stuff, went over a lot of stuff. Oh my God, it's just amazing what you're doing. And I like the way you do it for it's challenging everyone to, different things that you've been taught and things that, your family have told you about and stuff like that. Challenge things for yourself. Find out the information. Test things for yourself. So my thing is, I was like, okay, he on to something with all this.
Yeah, and sometimes it's uncomfortable because sometimes people identify with their beliefs. And if I'm challenging your belief system, that doesn't mean I'm challenging you. We all need to have a sanity check at one point in time just to make sure that what we're doing is beneficial to us. And we're not just swallowing the pill someone else gave us because they may not have our best interest at heart.
Right. So I get it. I totally get it. When I was thrown out by this illegal alien, what is that about? What is all that about? I know it's not like it sounds. But just tell us what that's about.
Well, we're going to roll out more of that. It's actually going to be an album called Legal Alien that's coming out. But the whole idea behind that is to take an alien perspective on things, to take a perspective as if you weren't here and you had to learn everything for yourself, not coming from a human perspective. What would an alien believe if he had to come here or she had to come here and learn everything from themselves? You know,
Right.
what would they accept as truth? What would they accept as dogma, as faith, and all of this stuff? So what would you come up with if you had to have your own conclusions versus believing what your parents say or what the media says with all this stuff? So legal alien is really that perspective, just coming from a total alien perspective. And when I do talk about what I'm really passionate about, I get looked at like I'm an alien because these things aren't really conversations that you're going to have normally.
Yes, because I think you tend to bring out stuff that people definitely just don't want to talk about right now.
Yeah.
Or sometimes, on a religion standpoint, or maybe just on a spiritual standpoint, people just not ready to talk about or ask these, answer these type of questions.
Yeah.
So,
and that makes it difficult when you're trying to have these conversations. But when I look at the trajectory that we're on, and you can just look at the news, you can look at what's going on in the environment. If we continue on the path we're going, it doesn't look like it's going to be beneficial for us. So we need to do something different. We need to evolve. We need to change. We need to question.
definitely.
And to me, the simple thing is, there's no way that 1% can control 99% unless 99% don't know their own value. So that's really
Right.
what it boils down to: your own value, your own worth. And just coming from a black man's perspective, we have history in this country of being devalued systematically. So we have a lot of work to do to really get us back to the level that we are. I mean, we're one of the originators of all of this stuff, and there's history that backs this up, but we have to get back to that level. And it's going to be a journey, but we got to do it. This is the only way that we're going to get out of this mess.
Right. What inspired you on this journey to, do this? Start, filming, start, questioning, start making videos, start, just boosting up awareness. What made you just, start on this journey?
Just the world, just looking at the world and just seeing things just didn't add up, just didn't look right. It just seemed like we have this planet, we're on a planet of free will, so we can do whatever we want to within this planet, and we're choosing to do this. And there's so many other options, so much other potential that we can have. So why are we choosing to treat each other and the planet the way we're doing?
Right.
It just didn't seem right. It just didn't add up. It just didn't seem logical. So I began to question why we're doing this. And then when you really look back into all of the layers, it really comes down to self-image, self-esteem, how you feel about yourself, and really being able to see yourself in the other and the other in yourself.
Right.
And that's the unity that we all talk about. I talk to a lot of people. They say, oh, we need to come together, we need to do this and do that. But we still haven't done that work. We're still divided on certain things. So I'm trying to see what can we agree on versus what we disagree on. Because really, we tend to amplify the little small things that we disagree on and overlook the majority of things that we do agree on.
Okay, give our viewers an example. Like for us, ask me a question, and we'll see if we can agree on to give them, an idea of what you're talking about.
Okay. So one example of something that we can agree on is we're human beings.
Right.
Okay. Now that it can go deeper than that.
Yes.
Right? And that's what I talk about in the 100-degree challenge, because there's a human side of you and then there's the being side of you.
Yes.
So what I want to amplify is the being side, the consciousness side, the spiritual side. There's a whole another aspect to us that is untapped and unexplored. But we are human beings, and we can look at each other as human beings and treat each other as such. If we really believe that, then I wouldn't treat my brother or my sister like I wouldn't want to be treated, just on that basic stance.
That's right.
But there are some people that don't believe that. And
No,
some people
they
that
don't.
think that they're greater than me or I'm lesser than them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some people don't believe, okay, they are a human being. I have talked with someone of that. Some can argue that,
Mm-hmm.
but for the most part, we can agree that we are, human beings. But like I said, a lot of things could be questioned.
Yeah.
And I know we have sat down and had many conversations on that. A lot of things can be questioned, although sometimes the answers can be the same, but it depends on, whether you're looking at it as a spiritual aspect, religion aspect, that sort of thing. So the answers tend to be different.
Yeah. And I personally try to stay away from religion. Like, if you look at the way that so the 100-degree challenge, it's a book, but it's also a scientific peer review. Like, I'm putting this out to the public. I want this to be part of the conversation. I not only want to see what questions are not being answered, but not only do you disagree with it, but why? Give me some examples.
Right.
If you just don't believe something and there's a whole lot of evidence that shows that it's possible, probable, or exists, then you can choose to believe, but you just can't say that that's the truth. So you can believe in Santa Claus, but if I show you pictures of the North Pole and show you, hey, there's no sleigh, there's no reindeer, Santa Claus can't come in your house because you don't even have a chimney, but you choose to believe in Santa Claus, that's your choice. But you can't prove to me that Santa Claus exists. There's more evidence on the contrary. But so my whole intent is to put this evidence out in a way that's comfortable, in a way that's not trying to beat anybody up, because we're all here to learn. I'm here to learn too.
Right.
I just want us to question more and learn from each other, because there's pockets, and I've done a lot of traveling and talked to a lot of people. A lot of these conversations happen on the back burner, and on the side they're whispering. This needs to be in the mainstream. This needs to be something that we understand and have a deeper look at. So, that's why I get past religion, because religion is one of those rabbit holes. There's 4,200 religions, and they all tend to think this, that, and the other. But I want to focus on who's experiencing their religion.
Right.
Who is this being that is being taught these doctrines, and then we can get into who came up with these doctrines.
Right.
Most religions are man-made. So I try to steer away from religion and get to a higher conversation of who we are at our core. And then we can look back at all these things and decide whether it's helping us, whether it's benefiting us or not. I was looking at religion today. $1.2 trillion is the revenue that religion is generating in America. Is that money really being used wisely? 1.2 trillion. What can we do better with $1.2 trillion?
Oh, I can think of a lot.
Right. So let's ask the question. I mean, this is our money. This is our money that we're giving to something that may not be benefiting us. It may be, but let's ask the question. Let's double check, because a lot of this stuff's been just run on autopilot.
So what would you want our viewers and everybody that buys your book, what do you want us to take from your book?
The whole idea is to question yourself, to know yourself, to have a deeper understanding of yourself, because most of the answers are already within you. Mm-hmm. It's just removing those layers and those blocks that are put there systematically to keep us from having that experience. So it's not about putting anybody on a pedestal, past, present, or future. It's about realizing that whoever's on that pedestal is equal to you, and it's just a matter of activating that within yourself. So the challenge is just to get people to understand that that's possible. It's a possibility, and it's up to them to do their own work. You got to do your own digging and do your own healing. But to show that it's possible and it's beneficial, because it's going to free you. It's going to allow you to live a life that is going to be beyond your imagination. It's going to open the doors to your own potential. And we can use more people opening up their own potential in this world, because that's what's going to change it. The individual changing themselves and then projecting that out.
Yes, and it plants seeds and get people to, think for themselves.
Yes.
Find information for yourself rather than, take what somebody has told you. A lot of people have been taught certain things and, it's been instilled in them. But, the thing is what Mr. Bang is trying to do, get you to think for yourself, find information for yourself, So, I think that's a great thing. Yeah. I think that's an awesome thing that what you're doing. I follow a lot of your videos, online. And so, like I said, some things I might can, argue with. Some things, and that's the object of it. It's some things, it's just to get you to think. So it's not about, okay, well, we don't agree. Some things we're not going to agree on. Right. But I said, at least you got me to think. At least we're talking about the conversation. We're talking about it.
Absolutely.
So I think it's awesome. Can you tell our viewers what you're working on in the present? What you got going on?
So part of the whole journey, so the 100-degree challenge is going to be a peer review. It's basically me putting this out in the public. And I want to show these conversations. and bring these into the mainstream to show people that it's okay to question. You know, there's some belief systems that say questioning is bad. You know,
Right.
and the
right,
thing
right.
is, it's not bad. I don't think it's bad. I think that's you know, a good thing to question, to learn. So I want to show that it's okay to ask these questions, to dig deeper, and also show the conversations, because it not only looks at it from a spiritual standpoint, it looks at it from a scientific standpoint, because they're really talking about the same thing. They're just in different lanes. You know, science doesn't deal with anything that can't be measured. So that's why they leave all the spiritual stuff to religion. But then religion can be dogmatic, you know, and controlling. So the spiritual side, it looks at both of them really. And the whole idea is just to get people to question. And I want to show this in the public eye, out in the front. I'm not trying to hide anything, not trying to sugarcoat anything either, because it's going to be uncomfortable for some people. But the whole idea is for us to have a revelation of more and to really heal, because I see the potential, and that's what drives me to do it, because I see what's been withheld from us, I see what's possible, and so when I can see what we can really do, and I have a pretty good imagination, and what we are capable of as a collective is better than what I can imagine. It drives me just to see what can we do. What can we do if we really put our minds to it?
Right. That's awesome. That is awesome. Well, Victor, I wanted to, ask you when is your book coming out?
So the whole idea now is I'm going to be doing some touring. And I've already done a couple presentations. I've done one in Jacksonville, I've done one in Pensacola. I got one planned for Los Angeles. I'm going to be taking a trip to Washington, D.C. And I'm going to be filming in these places. So this is part of the reality show. It's called the Truman Show.
Okay.
So the Truman Show is me showing the footage and the interactions and the conversations, the different areas and different locales, because in traveling, I drove from Fort Lauderdale to California and stopped in different places just to see what different people were talking about. The conversation in the Deep South is different than the conversation in California.
Oh, yeah.
So
of course.
to show people those conversations, and you can see talking about the same thing in different perspective of another human being, just with a different experience that has seen other things. Some people haven't been out of their own little box, a little world,
It's
little
true.
ghetto, and they haven't seen what other people have thought and other people that have
Right.
seen other things. So I just want to show them that, and in the mix of that, we're gonna solidify this. We're gonna see how much we can agree on, what we're gonna move to belief, and what we're gonna say is something that's worth more investigation. And as a scientist, I believe I'm definitely a scientist. As a peer review, I want to put it to the test. I want to put my theory to the test, and I'm going to show people that publicly. And when all that's solidified, and I hope to be talking to people that are smarter than I am and all of this stuff to get their opinions as well.
Right.
And that's when I want to put the book out, because I don't want it to be just me saying this is what I think. I want it to be a collective thing, so that this is something that we won't be fooled by this again. This is something that will be, hey, this is the basis, and you build on that.
Okay. So you want to get all the opinions together so you can collect everything into this book. Make sure everything is on the standpoint that is correct. You don't want it to be all about you and what you thought.
Right.
You want it to be as a collective, what you have learned out here and what other people think as well.
Yeah. And if it's opinion, we'll be able to file it into an opinion. If it's belief, we can file it to belief, but we're going to say this is the best evidence that we have to support this being true.
Okay.
So, because I can have an opinion, you can have an opinion, everyone's going to have an opinion, but what can you prove? What can you back up? What makes the most sense? What's the most beneficial? We got to look at this from a scientific standpoint, from a logical standpoint, just get out of belief and faith, in my opinion.
Okay. So let me ask you this. How long do you think this project is going to last? When are you going to, wrap things up? Do you have a deadline for everything?
Yes. By the end of November of next year, I hope to have everything wrapped up, and then we'll see where I am on my journey and what my next steps are. But so that's going to include the traveling and putting everything together. Hopefully I can get some heavyweights in the field of consciousness and science to weigh in and you know, put some input into the book as well, and then we'll see what happens from there. But I don't think anything like this has been tried, so it's kind of part of the experiment as well. You know?
And I know it's exciting as well, you know, just to get to that point and to do this. You know, especially if it hadn't been done, you know, look what you're trying to do.
Yeah, but you know, no one likes to be the first to anything.
Yeah,
you know,
I know it's scary, but like I said, look, you know, you pull this off, that's going to go down in history.
Yeah.
You know, so hey.
Yeah.
And you seem like you truly believe in what you're doing, and, you know, you're just doing a lot of research. It's a lot of, you know, education and logic that goes along with it. You know, you put a lot into your craft, so I know you're proud of that.
Yeah.
I know you're proud of that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. And not just something that I take pride in, but I really feel it's beneficial. And I wouldn't go through all this if I didn't feel it was. You know,
right.
If I really didn't feel in my heart that it would help the most people. Me, you know, when it's all said and done, when I'm out of here, I want to be the one that help the most people. And for me, helping people is to get them empowered so that they can make their own decisions and they really are aware of themselves. I think those are the people that make a lasting imprint. So if I can do that and help somebody on that level, then I'll be good.
Yes, that's awesome, Victor. Thank you on behalf of Lit Lovely Lisa TV for coming in and interviewing with us. You know you got to come back and give us the theory, the aftermath of everything that you put together. You know I want to see that book. Got to have a copy of it.
Already.
You already know you got to put me up on something. So thank you so much for being a part of Lit Lovely Lisa TV.
Please welcome China Kane to the lit stage.
Skinny, that's what's up.
He like, China, can I get that? Can I flip that? Go in, practice. Little nugget, I'm a habit. I been shooting 3 points plus 3 in the basket. So, I don't know. But I'ma go, pocket low. China, can I get that? Can I flip that? Go in, practice. Little nugget, I'm a habit. I been shooting 3 points plus 3 in the basket. So, I don't know. Like a Lando, biting looking like Rambo. Pull a bull from Chicago. Got a son, call him Lando. My son, he a Lando. I don't know. But I'ma go, pockets go. You nobody till somebody kill you, and he'll make you famous, huh? But when your body land posted on the corner, nobody will claim it. So, I don't know. But I'ma go, take that bitch out of sight. Sony, JVC, that stereotype taking over shit. Cancel temporary counterfeit. I'm on a major hit, major league shit, major league. China, can I get that? Can I flip that? Go in, practice. I'm a habit. I been shooting 3 points plus 3 in the basket. So, I don't know. But I'ma go, pocket low. China, can I get that? Can I flip that? Go in, practice. Little nugget, I'm a habit. I been shooting 3 points plus 3 in the basket. So, I don't know. But I'ma go, pockets go. I'm never take to 11 to another level. Like tomorrow, they book, they bought a bottle. Cause chocolate, niggas they start to mumble. They wanna rumble. Mix some, me cook them in a pot like gumbo. Go in, back in, same bitch on rumble. I'm that bitch, dropped up bitch with a silencer. Same bitch, got to release my Excalibur. I'm that bitch, China dope, she hell. I wish I had $1 for every beat that I killed. I promise I'm not the best bitch, but I'm honest. I get the watch, look at the clock, the life is timeless. I'm a cute mixed breed. Shit, you must have heard of me, but I go hard like King. Shit, I know you heard of me. Like, China, can I get that? Can I flip that? Go in for practice. London, I'm a habit. I been shooting 3 points plus 3 in the basket. So, I don't know. But I'ma go pocket low. China, can I get that? Can I flip that? Go in for practice. London, I'm a habit. I been shooting 3 points plus 3 in the basket. So, I don't know. But I'ma go pockets go.
Yeah, turn up now, give it up now. Turn it up now, gotta give it up. Everybody need one. Everybody need one. You gotta have one. You gotta have one. Like, whenever I need her, she my go-to girl. When I'm in her city, that my go-to girl. Ain't never got a problem with my go-to girl. Don't need no option, that my go-to girl. When I get that feeling, she my go-to girl. Cause she ain't playing with it, that my go-to girl. No problem staying happy with my go-to girl. I'm crushing on her, she my go-to girl. Since I got it, then she got it, she my go-to girl. She hit my hotline, we go shopping, that my go-to girl. She keep her hair and nails popping, that my go-to girl. I don't need no option, that my go-to girl. And when we link up, I'm gon' beat it, yeah. We on the low, she my secret, yeah. No, I do know how to treat it, yeah. Can't be no boss, with a go-to girl. Whenever I need her, she my go-to girl. When I'm in the city, that my go-to girl. Ain't never got a problem with my go-to girl. Don't need no option, that my go-to girl. Ain't never got no drama with my go-to girl. If I need it, she go get it, that my go-to girl. She hold me down, it ain't no secret, man, I love this girl. I know she got me, she my go-to girl. I need a girl down the ride, talking about right by my side. Man, we like Bonnie and Clyde. Type of girl just let the keys and the whole phone go out and flip it to 5. She make me feel so alive, and not gonna lie, no matter how hard I try. Either we get into money, ain't no other options, just look in her eyes. When I went in, she came up with bail. Other people crossed me, she kept it real. Not only a hustle, but she can make me feel good all over, patting the bell. Face like a Riri, like a Nikki, caramel skin, eyes color kiwi. She get excited every time she see me and text me. She bless me every time she leave me. Since I got it, then she got it. She my go-to girl. She hit my hotline, we go shopping. That my go-to girl. She keep her hair and nails popping. That my go-to girl. I don't need no option. That my go-to girl. And when we link up, I'm gon' beat it, yeah. We on the low, she my secret, yeah. No, I do know how to treat it, yeah. Can't be no boss, with a go-to girl. Whenever I need her, she my go-to girl. When I'm in the city, that my go-to girl. Ain't never got a problem with my go-to girl. Don't need no option, that my go-to girl. Ain't never got no drama with my go-to girl. If I need it, she go get it, that my go-to girl. She hold me down, it ain't no secret, man, I love this girl. I know she got me, she my go-to girl. My go-to girl. That's my go-to girl. That's my go-to girl. Don't need no option. That's my go-to girl. Yeah, turn up now, give it up now. Turn it up now, gotta give it up. Everybody need one. Everybody need one. You gotta have one. You gotta have one. Like, whenever I need her, she my go-to girl. When I'm in her city, that my go-to girl. Ain't never got a problem with my go-to girl. Don't need no option, that my go-to girl.
Now, wasn't that lit? Make sure you guys tune in next week, Saturday, 12:30 after midnight. Lit Lovely Lisa TV. She lit, she lit.